When we have back-to-back natural disasters like what we saw when Hurricane Helene was followed by the wildfires in California, it can seem like enough to overwhelm both insurance companies and relief organizations.
But as we're going to see in tonight's Buckley Report, there is a way forward, even when two disasters do more than an estimated $300 billion in damage from coast to coast.
When destruction like what we saw from Hurricane Helene hits, most of us watch from afar and maybe open our checkbooks. But for others, they know it's time to run toward the trouble. When you saw Helene approaching, what were you thinking?
Terrified.
Donica Farnham works for the Small Business Administration.
The most difficult part of this job is having to witness the loss and destruction. It's more than just stuff. It's more than just stuff. People lose their lives, both figuratively and literally.
Relief organizations like the Red Cross are there and equipped. Do you have enough money to do the work the Red Cross needs to do?
We do. The Red Cross has an abundant amount of resources and funds that not only poured in because of Helene, but when people make donations to the Red Cross, when they donate blood, when they donate their time, all of these things help us respond to disasters.
Even the insurance industry claims it has enough to respond to what's going on in California without sacrificing what North Carolina needs.
Helene and the Los Angeles wildfires are two distinct events. The wildfire losses, while they will be very large in terms of the scope of the history of wildfire losses in the U.S., most likely the largest insured wildfire event in U.S. history, it will have zero impacts on other states.
But Helene most certainly will. It seems inevitable that rates will have to go up after Helene in this state.
It takes several years, and we're just now seeing the impact from Hurricane Florence, which was in 2018, and those claims are being reflected in this latest round of rate increase.
In fact, the insurance industry recently requested a 42.5% increase in rates in North Carolina.
That's what they asked for, but they didn't get that. The state general statutes dictate to any commissioner what has to be done, and number one, you have to make sure that whatever rates the insurance industry is charging are adequate. They're adequate rates in order for that company to remain solvent and pay their claims.
We know that there is a very restrictive regulatory environment in North Carolina. The state's insurance regulator has pushed back on rate requests and has not allowed insurers to charge actuarially sound rates. That is going to be a problem in the market.
Does this state allow for actuarially sound rates?
Yes.
Are we going to see a situation, though, where people simply cannot buy insurance because it's either not offered or prohibitively expensive?
Property insurance coverage will always be available. It may come at a cost, particularly at very high risk areas. And if insurers continue to generate significant underwriting losses year after year, they're going to pull out of the markets where they're seeing the worst loss activity.
North Carolina isn't close to that yet. But as so many Americans move on to the next crisis that they see on the news, there is trepidation growing here in the state. I will have to say that the people in the mountains feel as if now that California's on TV every day and those fires, that they're going to be forgotten about.
Not at all.
I can understand that, but it's a worry they shouldn't have. The Red Cross is a huge organization. We have tens of thousands of volunteers. So we have many volunteers still in the area.
The SBA, as well as FEMA, we are on the ground, and we will continue to be on the ground. We're still here for you.
Bob Buckley, Fox 8 News.
Now, the biggest issue in situations like the one in North Carolina mountains is people not understanding what their insurance covers and what it does not. It's something Bob covered in yesterday's Buckley Report. You can see that on our website, myfox8.com, in the Buckley Report archive under the Spotlight tab.